ויהי ביום התליתי, ותלבש אסתר מלכות, ותעמוד בחצר בית המלך הפנימית, נוכח בית המלך. And it was in the 3rd day also Esther wore a royal thing, and she stood in the court of the house of the king, the inner court, before the house of the king. وَهَمَّلَكَ يُوثِبْ عَلَى كِسِّهِ مَلَكُوتُ ببيت هَمَّلَكُوتُ نُكَهْ پَتَهْ هَبَّايِتْ. And the king was one sitting upon the throne of his kingdom, in the house of the kingdom, before the door of the house. ויהי כראות המלך את אסתר המלכה עומדת בחצר, נשאה חן בעיניו. And it was as the king's seeing Esther, the queen, standing in the court, she bore grace in his eyes. ויושט המלך לאסתר, and the king extended to Esther את שרביט הזהב אשר בידו, the golden scepter which was in his hand. ותקרב אסתר ותיגע בראש השרביט, and Esther drew near, and she touched in the head of the scepter. ויאמר לה המלך, and the king said to her, Mahalach Esther Hamalakah, what is for thee, O Esther the queen? ومهبقاشاتك عد حتي Hamalakut, ويناتن لach, and what is thy request, as far as the half of the kingdom, and it shall be given to thee. ותאמר אסתר ima ala hamelech tov, and Esther said, if upon the king it be good. יבוא המלך והמן היום אל המשתה אשר עשיתי לו. Let the king come, and Haman, today, to the banquet which I have effectuated for him. ויאמר המלך, מהרו את Haman לעשות את דבר Esther. And the king said, hurry ye Haman to effectuate the word of Esther. ויבוא המלך והמן אל המשתה אשר עשתה אסתר. And the king came, and Haman, to the banquet which Esther had effectuated. ויאמר המלך לאסתר במשתה היין. And the king said to Esther in the banquet of the wine, Mahashelatech v'yinaten lach, what is thy petition, and it shall be given to thee. Umahvakashatech ad hati hamalakut v'te'ash, and what is thy request, as much as half of the kingdom, and it shall be done. Wataran Esther, Watomar, and Esther responded, and she said, Sheelati uvakashati, my petition and my request. Imamatahati hen be'ene hamelech v'hima ala hamelech tov. If I have found favor in the eyes of the king, and if, according to the king, it is good. לתת את שאלתי, to give my petition, ולעשות את בקשתי, and to effectuate my request. יבוא המלך והמן, let the king come, and Haman, אל המשתה אשר אעשה להם, to the banquet which I shall effectuate for them. ומחר אעשה כדבר המלך, and tomorrow I shall effectuate like the word of the king. וישב המן ביום ההוא שמח וטוב לב, and Haman went out in that day, rejoicing and good of heart. וכראות המן את מרדכי בתחת המלך, ולא קם ולא הזע ממנו. וימלא המן על מרדכי חמה. And as Haman's seeing Mordecai in the gate of the king, and he rose not, and he trembled not from him, also Haman was filled with wrath upon Mordecai. ויתהפך Haman, but Haman restrained himself. ויבוא אל ביתו, and he came to his house. וישלח ויבא את אוהביו ואת זרש איתו, and he sent and he brought the ones loving him, and Zeresh his woman. ויספר להם המן את כבוד עושרו ורוב בניו, and he recounted for them, Haman did, the glory of his wealth and the abundance of his sons. ואת כל אשר גידלו המלך ואת אשר נשאו על השרים ועבדי המלך, and all that the king made him great in, and that he lifted him up over the princes and the servants of the king. ויאמר Haman, and Haman said, אף לא הביאה אסתר המלכה עם המלך אל המשתה אשר עשתה כי המהותי. Even Esther the queen brought not with the king to the banquet which she had effectuated, except me. וגם למחר אני קרוא לה עם המלך, and also for tomorrow I am invited for her with the king. וכל זה איננו שווה לי, and all this, it is not fitting to me. בכל עת אשר אני רואה את מרדכי היהודי יושב בתחת המלך. In all the time when I am seeing Mordecai the Yehudi sitting in the gate of the king. ותאמר לו זרש אשתו וכל אוהביו, and Zeresh his woman said to him, and all the ones loving him said to him, יעשו אש גבוה 50 אמה, ובבוקר אמור למלך, ויתלו את מרדכי עליו, ובוא עם המלך אל המשתה שמח. Let be made timber, high timber, 50 cubits, and in the morning say to the king, and let them hang Mordecai upon it, and go thou with the king to the banquet, rejoicing. ويتأبه الدبر لفني هامان ويعش هاعش. And the word was good before the faces of Haman, and he effectuated the timber.